So Fraser, episode 26, Joga Bonito. We weren't sure if we're going to say that at the start or not, but it is. Last week was quarter of a century.
Yeah, something to celebrate.
Yeah, it's been a good few months going. We've got a bit of a different episode up today. It's a special episode today. Why don't you tell people what it's going to be all about?
This is fantastic. This is about the Homeless World Cup, Callum.
This is the Homeless World Cup special. This is going to be jam packed. Information, interviews, a bit of everything, a bit of fun, a few challenges.
Yeah, some big names as well.
There are some big names in this
And
one.
that's not just Luke we're talking about here. Or
I know.
Although Luke might not feature in this one particular episode. He's currently at the other side of the world, and he was at the event last week. But
he did some very good work behind the camera
he was
for the
behind
interviews.
camera,
You'll see
yeah,
that. So
Luke might not feature, but his fingerprints are all over this one.
yeah, Luke,
sure.
often Canada.
Off in Canada, yeah.
I hope he's having a good time out there
His lady, yeah.
with his lady. But we are going to have a third man on today's podcast.
We are.
Of course, we've got. I don't know how full. We'll have to ask him when he says it's Is it Matthew?
No, I think it's Matt. Well, Cameron referred to him as Matt.
We're on Matt terms.
I've been going with Matt. I hope
Okay,
that's okay.
good. I saw his email was officially Matthew. I was like,
Oh God.
but I think it's Matt. I think it's Matt.
Yeah.
I hope he doesn't turn up and say it's Matthew. We're not that close. Sorry.
When we roll the interview, you'll see. They'll find out. The viewers will find out.
But yeah, as soon as we heard there was the opportunity to get Matt on for the podcast, this is one we really wanted. As soon as we heard about the opportunity from our friends, partners at Street Soccer Scotland.
Yes.
Yeah, we've been doing a few things with them, and they, it was Cameron there. Shout out to Cameron's been so helpful to us, and he said Matt's the guy to get on from the Homeless World Cup.
Yeah, he's the PR, marketing and PR manager, I believe. So
he said to do a bit of PR. Yeah.
Exactly. We'll get him to formally introduce himself, but that'll be good to get someone from the Homeless World Cup. He knows Cameron well. We're obviously, we're excited for it.
Yeah.
Been involved with Street Soccer Scotland, but to hear it from the Homeless World Cup themselves.
Yeah.
2 weeks now. 2 weeks ahead of the big tournament starting in Oslo. So this will be exciting, and I'm excited to hear his thoughts.
Genuinely, like I think the experience, we won't say too much because keep watching, you'll find it all out. And I generally think this is really worth watching because finding more out about the Homeless World Cup's been honestly like a real pleasure, and I'm sure we'll talk to Matt about this. But honestly, like as soon as we sort of heard, we were doing some stuff at Street Soccer Scotland, we knew the links to the Homeless World Cup. Just learning more and more about it, it's been probably the interesting thing. And being down at Hampden last week as well for the press day with Team Scotland was really enjoyable. We got to meet the entire team, and we got interviews with quite a few of them. With Joga Bonito, we kind of kept it a bit more fun. I don't know, did you see the boys on the STV News?
I actually didn't.
I caught it when I got in. They all smashed it with their interviews and everything like that.
I loved there are some real characters.
Oh,
on
that's
that
brilliant.
team.
Yeah,
really good characters. Yusif in particular. Paul William, we spoke to a few of the Mo's, and they were brilliant. So
Remo smashed the challenge that he did. So I think that might be out before this comes out as well. So we got some short form stuff, of course we did, as we always do. We also got the one and only Derek Ferguson. So keep watching for that. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to run all the content we got from Hampden last week, and then we're going to jump straight back into here, as Matt will be with us before too long, and we'll probably get a bit more information, a bit more context, but I think it's all going to be really interesting stuff. But otherwise we'll check out that content from last week. It was a good time, Fraser?
Yeah, really good fun. Really enjoyed it. We got down. Wasn't too many people there. We were honoured to have been. I mean, we kind of asked to come along, but it was very kind of Cameron and Street Soccer to have us along, and pitch side at Hampden, Callum. It was brief, but we were pitch side.
The grass was looking good.
yeah, we were not. Maybe.
I'm sure we could disclose that. Yeah.
Can we?
Don't know. Can we?
Well, read between the lines, guys.
Well, they're just relaying the grass at Hampden. I don't think it was that big a deal. Hampden's going to look pristine. The pitch will look pristine at its next game. Don't worry. But
exactly, it always does. We were asked not to film the grass, which is, I guess it's understandable, but it's not like.
It's about the context, I suppose. We've given the context now.
Chris Brown and Lana Del Rey were dancing about on the hallowed turf not so long ago. So I think any Scottish football fan would be understanding of the fact that it's not quite what it's going to look like in September, but that's fine.
Chris Brown left his imprint on that pitch with his name.
He did, yeah.
It was quite brown. But anyway, so tons of content from that. So don't go anywhere because you can check all that out. For now, we'll jump into those interviews with the guys from Hampden. So enjoy them, a few challenges, and we'll be back with Matt. But first, run the intro.
You're a long way from home. This is Brazil.
James McFadden scores for Scotland. The afternoon belongs to Lewis Vaughan. Make it 3. It's 3-0. An absolute classic from Stephen Kingsley. To believe it, Paul McHugh. It had to be him.
You know, with William and Paul just recently announced as part of Team Scotland at the Homeless World Cup.
Yep.
Just before we start, William, you've just picked Scott McTominay as better than Derek Ferguson.
Definitely.
Explain your reasoning there.
I'm 29 years of age and I've never seen Derek Ferguson play.
Well, does he realise that Derek Ferguson's going
I think William's going to be on the bench now. I don't think you're going to be playing, mate. After that comment, I'll be letting him know as soon as we go in there, don't worry.
So who would you choose then, Scott McTominay or Derek
It's
Ferguson?
obviously Derek Ferguson. I'm old enough I can remember him. No, only joking. Obviously Scott McTominay's a great player. So different level, different class.
He's just been nominated, or rumoured to be nominated for the Ballon d'Or, so I guess we can let you away with that.
Yeah.
But
Definitely.
boys, talk to us about how you're feeling today. What a day,
Yeah, class, honestly. Dead excited, obviously, going to the World Cup and things like that as well. But just to experience this, just sitting here and things like that and being down there, and it's been class. Really
Grateful,
enjoyed
innit? You've been grateful for the
Yeah.
opportunity that we've got and that we've got to actually be present and be here today. So, it's a massive experience for us.
Aye, and there's not many people that can say they've competed for their country at the World Cup. So what's it going to mean to you, boys, to walk out in Oslo as wearing the Scotland colours?
I think it's going to mean everything in it. Everything, especially the journey. Probably us two have been on with sort of the same people, and you're going to let it represent your country. You're going to let it. Well, we're going to win. So, it's going to be a great opportunity, and it's going to be exciting when it comes around.
No, definitely. See, even just going out and singing that national anthem at the opening ceremony and things like that, it'll be, honestly, I get goosebumps just thinking about it. It's class. It's really good.
And you talk about like how grateful you are and the opportunity you've been given. What does this mean to you? That you know, the work that you've done with Street Soccer Scotland to get to where you are and the Homeless World Cup. What has this opportunity done for you guys personally?
It's helped me massively. I was in a treatment centre before, and I've no long come out of the treatment centre. I started going to street soccer, and the help and support like Michael and Ross and Jack and that I've gave us is second to none.
I'm sort of the same. I was in a treatment centre and just in Christmas time there, and I just came out at the end of January and started coming in playing with the boys, and I just something a wee bit different, and then people's actually believing in you, believing in your ability, and
The structure
as well, definitely. They're there for you, aren't they? You can go and tell them how you feel, even if it's outside of football, and we're getting the opportunity to do this. They believe in us, so we need to believe in ourselves, I think.
Definitely.
So predictions for the World Cup then? You going for the men's final winners?
We're there, not just to take part. We want to win. Me and him
to take over.
We are competitive, and we'll be the first to admit it. We want to go there to win. We don't want to just be there to take part. You know what I mean? We want to be there to win.
Definitely. At least the semis.
Yeah.
Brilliant. No, listen, boys. Thanks very much for your time and best of luck in Oslo.
Thank you.
Very much.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Cheers, buddy.
Okay, so it's going to be winner stays on Scotland International.
No worries.
Okay. So up first, we're going to give you Barry Bannon or Stephen Fletcher.
Barry Bannon.
We'll give you Barry Bannon or Stuart Armstrong.
Stuart Armstrong.
Stuart Armstrong, Billy Gilmore.
Billy Gilmore.
Billy Gilmore, Darren Fletcher in his peak.
Billy Gilmore.
There you go, right.
Billy Gilmore or John McGinn.
Oh.
Ooh, I would say Joe again.
No, Billy. Definitely Billy.
Nah, mate.
Definitely Billy. Billy's a better player.
We'll give you Billy Gilmore or Lewis Ferguson.
Billy.
Billy Gilmore, Scott McTominay.
McTominay.
Don't money that.
Scott McTominay, Andy Robertson.
Two different players.
Aye.
I would say McTominay.
Scott
I agree with
McTominay,
you.
Kenny Dalglish.
I'm too young for Kenny Dalglish. I'll say, don't know, McTominay.
Right, we'll finish off. Scott McTominay or Derek Ferguson.
Sorry, Derek. Scott.
That one you benched.
Sorted.
That's it, yeah.
Cheers.
Scott McTominay comes out, yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
So, Jack, we're here at Hampden for the unveiling, I guess, of the Scotland Homeless World Cup team. What does it feel like for you as a coach to see these boys finally announced?
It's a proud moment to see the boys when they went into the change room and tried their kit on for the first time. They're all getting selfies and talking to each other and getting pictures of everyone. So Aye, it's a proud moment, and it's only the start from really. It's starting to feel real.
So today's obviously the official announcement, but you've been working with them for a while now. What have you seen in these lads looking ahead to the World Cup?
A big difference from the first time I trained with the boys to just last week. They've came on leaps and bounds. They've done well on the pitch, but then they've bettered themselves off the pitch, doing their own stuff and all. So can't ask any more of them. They've been absolutely brilliant. They've been brilliant to work with.
And that's good. Obviously, this is football's at the heart of this. But you mentioned there, it's like they've bettered themselves off the pitch. What, like the work that you do with Street Soccer Scotland and the Homeless World Cup, what benefits do you see just for people and that get involved with that?
We try to just use football for positive change. Use football as a wee tool to build relationships. So maybe the first time the boys came in the door, maybe heads were down, looking nervous, and now they're coming up to you asking, how's your day?
Yeah.
Good morning, how are you feeling, you okay? Like checking in on their mates. So it's like the gradual build up of their confidence. That's like a big factor that we see most of the time. It's brilliant.
And as the coach, you're working alongside Derek Ferguson as well. Have you guys been in discussions yet? How's it working? What's the dynamic like there? Who's the head coach?
He'll tell you I do all the hard work. So we're good. We've actually been bouncing off each other quite well, man. It's been good, aye. He's great to work with, like, so just get home and flourish, just like the gaffer Mick does and all. So we work well together and have good discussions before, during and after the session. So I work really well together.
Good cop, bad cop? Nah.
No, I wouldn't even say that, man. I'm a Celtic man, he's a Rangers man.
So good cop, bad cop?
Nah, probably, aye.
I don't mean either way there.
Oh, sure, brilliant. Happy days.
No, brilliant. So, looking ahead, the tournament starts in a couple of weeks. What are you most looking forward to for the team?
I think it'll be a good moment when they're all standing, like, joining arms, singing the national anthem. Some of the boys don't know the lyrics, and it's been funny. They've been practising it. They were actually practising at the reception down there before we came up here, so it was good. So, and just really spending the time with the boys. Like we've been doing, the gaffer Mick's been doing like group work with the boys to bring them together, so that when they go on the pitch, they've got a better understanding each other. And I think that's a big, massive factor. Yeah, so just looking forward to going up there, and every day's going to be different. So expect unexpected, buzzing.
Oh, love that. And obviously, people watching this might not be too aware of the boys. I wouldn't have seen the boys play. So who should we keep an eye on? Who's your star player, do you think? Maybe you can't say that, or just say it if you can.
Well, some of them have surprised us for training for the last few months. But there's a few of them that surprised, so I wouldn't like to pick one. But I've joined them I've done well sometimes. Kid on. Put them in a place there. No, but honestly, like no joke, like all of them have been absolutely brilliant. One of the boys here from, like, he doesn't stop. He doesn't stop, and he's the nicest boy ever. He's always happy, he's always smiling. He's just grateful to be here, so it's a pleasure to work with boys like Haytham. And honestly, every one of them have been absolutely brilliant. And I hope they surprise me and surprise everyone when they go over there, and maybe surprise ourselves as well.
Brilliant. And just finish on this. Who's the TP? Who's your favourite? Is there one?
I know who's Willie's favourite is. Willie's favourite's Derek, innit? Uncle Derek, innit? Where's Derek? No. Two of them love Rangers, don't they? So it's good that they've got that relationship. But honestly, like, I couldn't really pick a favourite, man. Innit?
All good boys.
Honestly, mate, they're absolute brilliant, and hopefully they're brilliant earlier in Norway as well. Aye.
Brilliant. Well, Jack, listen, best of luck over there in the Homeless World Cup world.
You going to watch it?
Right. Of course I am, aye.
It's on
live on
FIFA.
FIFA Plus and YouTube as well.
I'm not sure about YouTube, but definitely FIFA Plus up.
Yeah, no, I mean we're discussing the possibility of maybe trying to get over for a couple of days, and then we'll try and do a vlog.
Oh, be
get you guys, get you interviewing yous in between, but we'll see.
Good, mate.
We need to see if the budget stretches to that.
There's always budget. You've got tickets on that, man. That's not cheap. That's for Reese, innit? That's for Reese and all sense.
I'll sell this and then I'll go.
Brilliant.
Bye. Best of luck, and looking forward to it.
Cheers, mate.
So I'm here with Jack, and we're going to be doing your top 5, your Scottish Mount Rushmore. How does that sound, Jack?
Magic.
Plus. So your number 1 pick, who's it going to be?
I'd go got to be James McFadden, didn't it? Because his goal against France.
That's just very valid, isn't it? Like, a streamer and a half,
Winner. Remember I had the same strip I got it for Christmas. It was a white strip with a blue flag in the
flag
goal.
across. Dynamite.
Dynamite.
Yeah. Who's number 2?
Number 2, I'd go with, I don't know if I'm going to put Murder, but number 2, I'd probably go with, need to go with Tierney, isn't it?
Oh.
Need to go with Tierney.
Homegrown hero for you?
Dynamite, mate. I'm glad to see him back at Parkhead last week and also, aye, got to be Tierney, aye.
Nice one. Number 3?
I think Derek only got 2 caps, so I can't put him in it, can I know? Who's my third one? I'd probably go with Robertson. Go with Robertson.
Nice.
Aye, definitely Robertson.
Or Capitano?
Aye, and he's ambassador for street soccer. He does good work and all. Should probably put my number 1, shouldn't I?
Well, he's on Mount Rushmore.
Aye,
So.
that's me, innit? Another one, who'd it be? Trying to the last few years I know. Anybody shining when we won this so good? Callum McGregor, who'd I forget, man? Callum McGregor. I was about to say Grant Hanley and all there. Brilliant, man. McGregor, he would be probably up there at my top one, and then I'll go away with James Forrester and all.
Nice.
Wee man's different class, I think. If he came on that game at Euros, Switzerland game, wasn't it? Was it a Switzerland game? It was, the game before the Hungary game.
Yeah,
I think it could have maybe turned it around, to be honest. So we should have used him, man, but got to be Forrest.
Nice. Cheers, mate. Thank
You're
you
welcome, mate. Thank you.
And all the best for the tournament.
Cheers, mate. Top man.
Thank you.
So delighted to be joined by Derek here at Hampden Park, no less. I've got to start off by asking, manager for Team Scotland. It's got a good ring to it as well. What a brilliant day here.
Oh, magnificent. It's a great experience for the boys to come in. And I was trying to get that across to them down in the dressing room. Take as many pictures as you can, because this experience you are having, there's a lot of Scotland fans out there would love to have this. So been in the dressing room, been out the kind of pitch side. They were asking me 1 or 2 questions, had I played here before? I've won a couple of things here, won a few medals, played in a few semi-finals, and been disappointed. So I was saying, just make the most of it, enjoy it, and get another kit and another gear. Magic. And even for us as coaches, to see them all here with a smile on their face, brilliant.
I think one of the main things that's probably we've appreciated being here as well is getting to chat to all the lads and how well they all seem to get on as well. Such camaraderie between them all. That's
so important in a team. If a team's going to be successful, you've got to have that. They all get on really well. I think that was played a part. I wasn't going to say a big part, but it played a part in the selection process. I think we'd whittled it down to the last 10, and then that's when I backed it. And I don't mind saying it, because the 10 players that were left with, I had a relationship with them all. And knowing that 2 were going to be left out to miss out on this experience and going to Oslo, I didn't want to be the one to tell them. I didn't want to be the one to pick them. So that was up to Michael and Jack, and they done it. So we're here, we're ready to go, and we're going to go over there and we're going to give it our best.
Mm-hmm. We've been chatting. Some of the lads are going out pretty confident, not just going there to fill out the numbers. Are you feeling confident for their chances in the competition too?
Listen, all I ask is they give of their best. I know a few of the guys that I've spoke to that have been in tournaments previous, and there's some good teams out there. They keep mentioning the Mexicans, the Chileans, the Lithuanians, and it's going to be really physical. So it's not going to be a walk in the park. We've got to that's our job as coaches, to make sure they're at it. So we go and enjoy it, but once it's game time, want to go and play, can we flick that switch and give it everything? And so we're not going to say we're going to go and win it, we're just going to give it our absolute best.
100%. And just as well, on a personal level then as well, being involved with Street Soccer Scotland, fantastic work they're doing. How was it you got involved, and how important is the work they're doing?
I've been involved with Street League before, and it was with previous with Ali Dawson, who was a massive influence with David Duke with Street Soccer. I mean, I go back with Ali Dawson way back to my Rangers days, playing at Rangers. Ali was a big influence in me. He got me involved in Street League, and it's a privilege and an honour that the guys have asked me to come in, and they speak about Ali. So I'm not in a kind of similar role that Ali done, because he's far more clever than me. But I think I bring different things to the group. I bring, I'd like to think, an energy, I love being in amongst the boys. I still feel like a boy. I know at the ripe old age of 58, I'm an old codger, but there's nothing better being in amongst all the young guys. So I can have a laugh and a joke. But there is a time to be serious, and I think that's the kind of the relationship I've got with the boys at the minute.
And finish off as well, I hope you don't mind me asking then, obviously Barry's been getting involved in management as well, family ties. You've been getting any help? Is he coming along as an assistant manager or anything like that?
I'm afraid not. I think he's back in his role as ambassador at Rangers. I tell you what, he done a great job. So he did, spoke really well. The backroom staff that he'd assembled, and with Neil McCann, Billy Dodds, Alan McGregor. Got to be honest, I was a wee bit disappointed that they didn't give him the job or give him the opportunity, to go and take it forward. But now we'll get the new manager in the door, so disappointed for Barry, but he did extremely well.
And just to finish off as well then, from your coaching point of view, it'll be 4-a-side out there, so maybe not too much you can do tactically with things. Is it going out there making sure the boys are on the best behaviour?
I know. Do you know something you're saying there? I thought when I looked at it, it's not too tactical. It actually can be quite tactical, but the thing that kind of stands out a mile, it's going to be really physical. It's going to be 100 mile an hour, and although it's a small pitch, 4-a-side, you've got to be really fit. So, we'll give it our best. So fingers crossed. We'll go and enjoy it, and we'll give it our best.
Well, we're really looking forward to it. So thank you so much for your time.
Cheers.
So it's going to be winner stays on with Derek Ferguson. We're going to start off with Cy Ferry or Charlie Adam.
Charlie Adam.
Is that an easy one for you there? Or?
Yes, Charlie Adam. Right. I love wee Cy, but Charlie Adam.
We're going to do Charlie Adam or Kenny McLean.
Oh, tell you what, I'm going to go Kenny McLean.
Okay, we'll go Kenny McLean or Darren Fletcher.
Dan Fletcher. I'm changing all the time here.
That's fine. Darren Fletcher or Billy Gilmore.
Wee Billy Gilmore.
We've got Billy Gilmore or John McGinn.
Oh, that's a toughie. Oh, John McGinn, but I'm going to go with Billy.
We are ramping this up as we go. So we've got Billy Gilmore or Scott McTominay.
Scott's been unbelievable. Big Scott McTominay.
We'll go for Scott McTominay or Graham Souness.
Oh, that's not Graham Souness without a shadow of doubt.
All right, this next one, Graham Souness or Lewis Ferguson.
Hey, tell you what, my boy's doing well, but it's got to be Graham Souness.
Graham Souness, Barry Ferguson. Finish off.
Graham Souness.
Graham Souness
every day of the week. Absolutely.
All right, thank you very much.
That was good.
All right, then one more. All right, so there have been 11 Scots that have played in the Serie A. Can you name all of them?
No, are you kidding me on?
Give you some hints if you need them.
Right, Joe Jordan.
Yep, that's one.
Graham Souness. Right, we'll go with McTominay, we'll go with Gilmer, we'll go with Lewis, we'll go with Scotsman. What do you call him? This is going to be.
You can count here.
Dennis Law.
Yep, that's the first one.
Dennis Law. Liam Henderson.
Yep.
Liam Henderson. Doig.
Yep. Doig. Yep.
Many have I got to go?
Ooh.
Three,
I think so.
Right, I'm struggling now, to be honest with you.
You've got
two Scottish guys.
Mm-hmm.
Scottish guys. Who would?
You still said the bottom one on there, no?
He hasn't, no. Scottish international.
Scott. 3 current. Are they all? Oh, yeah.
Current at the moment. Scottish international or Scottish people?
No, both.
Right, so you've got the centre forward that plays with Torino. What's his name?
Dennis Law.
That's terrible, isn't it? What is his name? I say it. I know who I'm talking about. Shea Adams, that's who it is,
Adams, yep.
Shea Adams. Who am I missing out then? I thought I got most of the ones that are.
He's got the one you struggled on. Not got that one. Really so there's one that's quite difficult. He's a current Scotland international. He's a defender, and he had a loan spell in Italy, only for 6 months. Which is that's
He had a loan?
Yeah, he's a current player. In this, he doesn't start for Scotland every time, but he's still in every squad.
A centre half.
It's great when you know the answer, isn't it? And you go, how can he not get that? Do you know something? See, when you pose a question, you don't know it. It starts to demand not. I'm going to throw myself off of you. Do you know that? I don't. Oh, Aye, the boy played with Celtic. The boy. Aye, played with Celtic. What's his name? I know what you're talking about.
Surname starts in a H.
What's he going to Saudi for? Money.
Steven Gerrard, that's why. Yeah.
No, tells I'm not going to get it. I don't know. Aye.
Jack Hendry.
Jack Henry played with Dundee, I know. He was on loan at Dundee, so he was terrific.
He didn't. There's one more, I think. Say,
Who are you thinking?
Played. If I say this, it'll give it away. But played it before Lewis. Played in.
Hickey.
Aye.
Aaron Hickey.
That was the last one.
There you go. How did I not get Aaron Hickey? I should have thought. Aye. Bologna. Even you're talking about Hendry, I know.
I think you got 9 out of 11 there.
Well, I got the Dennis Law, I got the Joe Jordan, the Souness. I was stupidly going to say Ray Wilkins because he came into my head right away. Because he, by the way, he was absolute. He was an amazing guy. So he was, not just a brilliant player, brilliant with us. It was a wee bit kind of like when he came with Trevor Francis to Rangers, and they were a wee bit like kind of chalk and cheese in terms of. Ray always had time for us. He was brilliant, not just on the park, but away from the park. Trevor, wasn't he? Trevor kind of wasn't really having the kind of the younger ones. I think we were a wee bit too boisterous for him. But Ray Wilkins was an absolute gem. Always immaculate, very well spoken, and he liked to laugh. He liked a wee giggle. So he did.
I didn't know much about Ray Wilkins, but when he passed away, like the love that he was getting, like you could tell he was
honestly.
Proper.
And he wanted to know what we were up to at the weekends, you know, when he came into that dressing room on a Monday morning, you know, so, because we were... Was that?
Was he asking why he didn't get an invite?
I know. So we were within reason, you know, we were having a good time, but he just loved the banter. And tell you what, he had the best first touch of any player I've ever played with. I know we're talking about him saying nobody could touch Graham Souness, but touch-wise, technique-wise, Ray Wilkins was way up there. So he was.
I am here with Yusif from Scotland's Homeless World Cup team. Striker and flying winger. Both flanks, you say?
Yep, both flanks, and normally you'll find that in the same game as well.
So we're here at Hampden for the squad announcement. How's it feel to be, it's official, you've got the kit on?
Yep, very proud moment for me. Hampden, a great arena for Scottish football, nonetheless. And I've been a few times and saw a few bad misses from my team Hibs, but nonetheless, I'm still happy to be here, believe it or not.
Just down there, is that where David Gray did his?
That's exactly it there. That's the corner, and probably the very same corner that he's dragged himself into the crowd and celebrated wildly with as well. So quite happy with that moment.
Right, so do you see yourself having a David Gray moment over in Oslo?
I really do, actually. Once we get ourselves to the final, I'm actually eager that we have England in the final and really do ourselves proud and hopefully get a result.
So looking forward to that then. You've obviously, it's announced you've got the kit. You fly out to Oslo in a few weeks' time. What are you looking forward to most with the tournament?
It's a World Cup, so there's got to be a lot of nations, a lot of different styles of football. I'm hoping to meet a lot of these players and sort of find out what their style of football's all about. I'm a big Brazilian fan. And hopefully meet players from Brazil and maybe pick up a samba silky skill or something like that.
Brilliant. And obviously the work of the Homeless World Cup is fantastic. This is the 20th edition. It's bringing together 48 member countries, I think, this in Oslo. Just talk about what this has done for you personally and what you think the work of the Homeless World Cup's doing for all the other nations as well. Yeah,
well, personally for me, it's got me right back on track. I'd been in a homeless accommodation for 2 years, and I finally got a permanent stay, and I was advised by a counsellor group and to get that move. Well, they also provided me with advising to get back into football through street soccer specifically. So as soon as I'd done that, it was like disguised fitness. I'd never really been to the gym for about 2 or 3 years, and now I'm feeling fresh as a daisy.
Oh, it's brilliant. The work of Street Soccer Scotland's obviously fantastic, and it's great to see. Obviously, we've got a full squad here, guys that are getting to go to Oslo, and you're working together. And it's great to hear back on track. So,
definitely.
I'd love to wish you the best of luck
Thanks
going into
very much.
the tournament, and
Thanks,
Yeah,
Fraser.
that
It's
was
been a
proud,
great
yeah.
interview. Yeah.
Cheers.
Thanks.
So I'm here with Mo at Hampden on the day of the Scotland Homeless World Cup team announcement. Mo, how does it feel?
I feel really grateful. It's going to be a great experience, and I'm looking forward for it.
Yeah, and can you introduce yourself to our audience? You know, you've described yourself as a solid defender.
Yeah, I'm a defender, but obviously I love to attack too. But because I'm really quick, so I try to take advantage of that. But obviously, the Homeless World Cup is a four-side. The pitch is way smaller, so obviously more touches, more running, but less running with the ball also. So you gotta take more touches and that. But obviously, looking forward for it, and yeah.
Yeah, and obviously we're talking with Yusif there. The tournament starts in a few weeks' time. What are you expecting for the Scotland team? You've worked with the boys now for a few months. You know, what are your expectations? Are you going there to win the whole thing?
I'm going there to win. I want to bring the cup. That's the only thing I want. I can't lie. Obviously, I want to have great memories too. So hopefully, I'm just going to try to win the cup. That's the only thing I'm looking forward. Can't lie to you.
Fantastic. And have you got images of you scoring the winning goal in the final?
Not really. I'm not really like that. You see, I would rather give a pass than trying to score myself. But if that happens, you know what I mean? It's meant to happen. But I'm more like a sister. I would rather give you the ball and you score it. But yeah,
selfless.
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah, but sometimes you gotta have that grit too, because sometimes you gotta score instead of passing. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's a 50-50 thing. Yeah.
And can you talk about what the work of Street Soccer Scotland has done for yourself in the Homeless World Cup and you know the good work that's done for you?
Yeah, street soccer has really helped me out. I've been through some tough times back in the shelter, and I used to play football just to not think of nothing. Yeah, it was the sport that I love to do, and they really helped me out. So I was living in the shelter basically, and just seeing a flyer, make some phone calls. I think it was Robbie. He really helped me out. And just went to Portobello, played from 5-a-sides with some of the other guys, the asylum seekers and the guys that they live in the homeless shelters, that they helping out. And yeah, they just pick me up and they say I'm good enough to go. But yeah, I'm really, really grateful with Street Soccer. I think they're doing a really great job, because the people that lived in the homeless shelter or the asylum seekers, they don't really got much to do. So if you keep them out of the street, if you keep them out of problems, that's the best way to do it. Just keep them out for like 2 hours, playing football without thinking nothing, and they look forward for it maybe next week. So I think that's a great thing to do. They're really doing a great job.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's obviously, as you say, it's giving you more of a purpose. It's giving you, friendships that will last a lifetime, and now experiences that you can go and potentially win some silverware for your country in Norway.
I'm just looking forward for it. And I think it would be really, really a good thing for them if I can bring the cup here, because it's not only the football, they're really helping us out in all the things that in life. So I think it's more than football at this point.
Yeah, for sure. There's no doubt about it. It is more than football.
Yeah.
And the work that the Homeless World Cup do and Street Soccer Scotland do is fantastic. And just one more question just before we go. It's been announced today, Derek Ferguson, ex-Rangers in Scotland midfielder, will be coaching the team at the Homeless World Cup. What are your thoughts on that? Have you been in his ear yet, getting some tips?
He gave us a lot of tips, and if it was a professional football, so the only thing you can do is listen and be quiet. So sometimes I look at him and I go like, yeah, this guy's been over here playing. He's been in big stadiums, big occasions, playing football. So every time he talks, I just try to listen and say yes, just trying to absorb everything he's saying. So yes, I can say nothing. I'm just really happy to be in the same room as him.
Fantastic. Well, Mo, congratulations on officially being announced, and best of luck for the Homeless World Cup.
Yeah. Make sure to bring that cup.
Yeah. Good man. Cheers. Thank you.
So we're back with our special guest, Matt. Thank you so much for coming to join us. We'll get to know a bit more about you and everything going on with the Homeless World Cup. But first, I just want to say, this kit you're wearing is absolutely stunning. Could you tell us about this first?
Yeah, it's a bit special, isn't it? So this was to mark our film with Netflix, which was released last year, called The Beautiful Game. So early in 2024, in March, we launched the film, and the film is excellent. I never worked at a Homeless World Cup. I watched the film, and I couldn't understand how big it was and how many teams there were and the colour. And then I went to a tournament, and the film captures everything about the Homeless World Cup. The sports side of the film is more or less what you'll get in Oslo this year. But then obviously the storylines are based on our players, our real heroes. So yeah, we got this with Art of Football. There was only a few made, so luckily I managed to grab one. But it was an exciting time for the Homeless World Cup because it was filmed in Rome. We hadn't had a tournament for a while, so it was something that I don't think I'll ever do again in terms of Netflix with Bill Nighy and all these kind of all these actors. But we focused on the real story, and we had real players involved. So we had US team involved. Some of the UK teams went out, and our staff went out. So Mel Young and other people were involved and part of the film. So yeah, Netflix was a huge moment for us in terms of raising awareness of the Homeless World Cup.
Yeah, it's a fantastic. We both watched it. It's just an uplifting movie. Bill Nighy's fantastic, and you mentioned there like some of the players that are in like the extras. A lot of the players that are in it have played at the Homeless World Cup. So that just kind of, we'll come on to this later, but it kind of just epitomises everything, I guess, that the Homeless World Cup is, and it gives these guys, you know, maybe a few years ago might not have felt like they had much to look forward to in life, and now they played at a Homeless World Cup and they're featuring that movie with Bill Nighy. Yeah,
it's the Homeless World Cup is inclusive. It's an inclusive tournament. It's done for our players, so there's no hidden agenda. The number one aim for us is that our players come to the tournament, have a life-changing experience, go away, tell people who are experiencing homelessness, I've just done this, I've worn my national top, we have the national anthem. And same with the film, to include vast amount of players who've flown in and filmed and were on a set and could see Bill Nighy and were getting the action and do this again. It was a long week in Rome. I believe it was really hot as well. It was during COVID. But to include our players, nothing happens at the Homeless World Cup without our players. So if we didn't have our players, we wouldn't have the tournament. And also our member countries. So we have 70 global member countries. Without those organisations, fundraising, encouraging players to join, and football, homelessness is isolating. As soon as you play football, I have to talk to you, man on, pass, why did you do that, shoot, tackle, so you have to communicate. So it's a magical mix of all the right tools that you need to help people who are experiencing homelessness.
Exactly.
Yeah, both really enjoyed that film. Just got to say, Bill Nighy, what a cool
He's
guy.
Brilliant, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Oozed class. He came down for the kind of media we did in the UK. We had a premiere down in London, black tie, and he had so much time for me and the players and all the actors in it as well. But yeah, he was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And some of the scenes where he's getting a bit agitated and a bit kind of, there's a few swear words that are dropped in here and there. And that's what our tournament's like. The competition is fierce. The competition, everyone wants to win. But behind that, there's a lot of friendship as well. So yeah, Bill Nighy was the perfect character for that role.
Can we? So we've touched on the top that you're wearing, but we normally do a sort of shirt of the week, Callum. We didn't realise, we knew you were bringing one, we didn't realise you were bringing two. Can you take this one off the wall just to show it in all its glory for us, Matt?
So for our audio listeners as well, if anyone's not seeing this right now, the shirt you're wearing says The Beautiful Game on the front. Yeah. It's a bit like Holland sort of Euros, 80s sort of feel to it.
Like Man United 2000.
It's got a retro look, hasn't it? Yeah, it's got a retro look. It wouldn't
gorgeous, it really is.
It wouldn't look amiss on the football pitch, this Netflix film, that's for sure. And this top is, as you said, I'm a bit of a football geek. I grew up buying every top for Christmas from my dad. This year, now I have to buy them myself, and I realise how expensive they are. But I love football kits, and this is the Saint Etienne home shirt from 2024-25 season, and you can see here we've got our Homeless World Cup logo on the sleeve, which is incredible for us. But the idea came from, shall I pass that to you? Sorry. Shall we pop it back? Yeah, let's put it back. So the idea for the option, this opportunity came from Saint Etienne. So Saint Etienne were in League One last season. Sadly, they got relegated, but I'm sure they'll bounce back. They came to us and said, listen, we love the idea of what you're doing. They're like a lot of UK and Scottish clubs, they focus on the community, and they wanted to do something different. And you can see this day and age that your sleeves are covered in sponsorship, and usually cost a lot of money to get your sleeve on a shirt, but to get a League One side like Saint Etienne, they've got a huge amount of history. So we went out there, we were invited out, we did their stadium tour, and you don't realise some of the European finals that they've been in, taking on Liverpool. There's a lot of games against Celtic as well. They've got a huge connection with Scottish clubs. So they came to us and said, listen, we've got space. We love what you do. Would you like to go on the shirt sleeve? So obviously we thought about it for about 0.1 seconds. We said yes, and it's been great for us because we're a global tournament. So we're being talked about in France. We've been doing media out there as well. We managed to get which was incredibly satisfying for me, but we managed to get our branding and logo for the Homeless World Cup and the Oslo tournament on the LED pitch board. So I'm kind of pinching myself thinking I'm helping set up advertising for a league. And we went out there for a game against PSG, which, as you can imagine, was amazing. So we need more people to know about the Homeless World Cup. Once you hear about it and you kind of understand it, you then start, like you guys, your interest is spiked. So yeah, we hope more clubs will do it. We hope to feature next year, because check out their third away kit, Saint Etienne's. It's like a khaki kind of gorgeous top. So if you're into your football tops, that's the one to get.
Oh, we certainly are, and we always do have. I mean, this is up there. I think that's our shirt of the week. We're running out of.
I hope it wins. Yeah, no pressure. No pressure.
You set the bar high with that one. Let's get a Christmas list.
We've got two front runners here. Two front runners.
Exactly.
Brilliant. So so we've obviously had our shirt talk there. So to get on to the Homeless World Cup, so we're actually saying before we started, just before you got here when we did our intro, that learning more about the Homeless World Cup has been genuinely really, really interesting, because I'd heard of it, I roughly knew what it was, but then we'd started doing some stuff with Street Soccer Scotland a few months ago. We were back at their kit back launch event. We spoke to Cameron, who does the media there as well, and we started talking about the Homeless World Cup, and we kind of went away and said it'd be cool to be involved, that'd be interesting. But then actually looking into it, the amount of things we found out about it, and I think someone said to us, I can't remember who it was, that the Homeless World Cup isn't just like scooping a bunch of guys off the street, because I think that might be, from a really casual point of view, you hear it in passing, sort of go on from it. There's so much fantastic work that goes on. So
yeah, it's a proper football tournament. So that's the first thing. It's a proper football tournament. So we have UEFA licensed referees. We have proper match balls. We're working with FIFA, who supply our medals, our trophy. So we are working with UEFA and FIFA, two of the biggest organisations in world football. It's a tournament which is different. It's unique. The format can change each year because we don't know which teams can arrive in Oslo. We have 70 member countries, so we've got 64 teams coming to Oslo, but they might bring in men's and women's teams, for example. Likes of Sweden and Norway will have men's and women's teams playing. The football is excellent. Again, football geek, I kind of hadn't really appreciated how much goes into the game. It's 2 minutes, 2 halves of 7 minutes, a basketball-sized court. We've got this unique rule where you always need to leave an attacker in the opposing half. So you've always got a 3-on-2 system setup, which obviously results in lots of goals as well. So yeah, there is that kind of public perception that it's just a kick around. It's kind of jumpers for goalposts, which we all love as well. But it's not. There's a lot of hard work that goes into organising it. We're a small team of 4 or 5 of us here in Edinburgh in Scotland. There's a lot of work that goes in. We have a new partner every year, so we're not kind of going somewhere that's held it recently. So yeah, and the work that our member countries, our teams do. You mentioned Street Soccer Scotland. They work every day of the year. They will hold workshops. They will try and engage with the homeless community. They will try and spread the message of that football being a universal language. So, I mean, this year we're streaming on FIFA Plus, which again is a bit of a pinch me moment when you go on FIFA Plus and you see the kind of archives and the messy catalogue, and then we're next to it. So we did it for Seoul and we're doing it again for Oslo. So you can watch on our Homeless World Cup YouTube channel as well. So I would suggest to anyone, we're going to try and educate the public before, so to follow our social media, because the format, there's different stages, different groups, and everyone plays till the end. So you have tier trophies at the end, so no one goes home as per other tournaments, which I think we're all quite used to, being fans of English, Welsh and Scottish national teams. No one goes home in our tournament. No one goes home. So if anyone hasn't actually seen it and they land on our website, you can learn a bit more about it as well. So it's an exciting time for the Homeless World Cup right now with Oslo just around the corner.
Yeah, and so you've touched on that. It's obviously it's 2 halves, 7 minutes, 4 aside.
Yeah, 4 aside. So you have your goalkeeper, 3 outfield players. Quite condensed pitches. We have I think we have 3 or 4 referees that marshal a game as well because it's so quick and the various different rules. So yeah, it's compact. So you need, Mexico, Chile, Brazil, Portugal, when you mention those teams and you think of football, you think of patience, lots of small passes, lots of space being utilised. And that's what happens in our games. And then you get the kind of Scandinavian countries and you get the African countries who are going to be in Oslo as well, quite slightly bigger and stronger, and we'll use that to kind of deal with the skill set of the Mexicans. So you get that explosion of culture on the football pitch, but also off the football pitch. So we have a parade that opens the tournament up. Africans are singing and dancing from 7 o'clock in the morning. The colour is incredible, and it's a kind of all in one. So there's no separation. Everyone is together. So the volunteers, the staff. So yeah, you have a little bit of everything from that football spectrum of global football.
And like we've gone back and watched some of the highlights from previous years, and it just seems like not to say the level before wasn't top, but like every single year it seems to be getting more intense and higher quality.
Yeah, you get different approaches from teams. So our partner in Australia, for example, will pick players on merit. So they'll pick someone who has been free from addiction for a year or a couple of years. They'll pick someone that has turned up every week and is taking on extra kind of responsibilities. And then the Mexicos and England last year were a real surprise package. So you mentioned the kind of quality of the football. The final in Seoul in 2024, 6-5 to Mexico, scored in the last minute. It was just, you couldn't take your eyes off it. And I struggle, we all struggle in the tournament week as staff, as organisers, to actually watch the football, because there's so much that goes on behind the scenes. You've got broadcast, we've got sponsors, we've got guest relations, we've got the competition. So we have a raft of 70 to 75 international volunteers who pay their own way. They travel from Australia, the US, Canada, the UK. They want to be at that tournament. And my team of 1 or 2 grows into a team of 20 at the tournament. So we don't get time to watch too much football. We talk to the players. There's photographers there taking all these stunning images, photographers from Australia that work at their kind of Premier League clubs as well. But when you sit and watch it like that final, which is, again, plugging the YouTube channel, you can watch the final. It was just end-to-end. And Mexico are the team to beat. So Mexico are the dominant force in the tournament. But I think teams are starting to look at the style of play, starting to see what they can improve on, and working hard at it as well, alongside actually supporting players with their mental health and welfare and recruitment and family life. So again, I keep saying it, but it's just that it's a perfect mix of a real game-changing tournament.
I mean, in terms of technique as well, we heard quickly from, it was Derek, wasn't it, saying to us, Derek Ferguson said to us that a technique he hadn't seen was this sort of toe poke technique. One that, he also spoke to us for probably about 20 minutes about the world-class players he played with throughout his career, and then told us about this technique that he'd never seen before. Actually takes so much skill to master.
Well, I think when you introduce players that have played the game, who know it, and Derek and things like that, or someone who watches the game, if you're an avid football fan, it's very different. But you're right, players have to find different ways to move the ball around. And in that environment, especially when you're kind of trying to set up something kind of 3v2, a quick toe poke. And I remember it was quite bad form to score with a toe poke when I was younger. When we were playing, when we were playing over at the park and we'd been out for 8 hours, scoring a toe poke was a bit frowned upon, but not at the tournament because of that. And a lot of players have to adapt and bring that. And also, it's quite difficult for players to train on our pitch size, because its dimensions are slightly kind of different to what you might have for a normal five-a-side.
Very much the ball getting caught under the feet.
Absolutely, yeah, and you've got the boards are in play as well, so it's a bit like kind of using that when you're playing inside football as well, but it's slightly smaller than a standard five-a-side. So yeah, players have to adapt, and I'm sure there'll be more adaptations that we see in Oslo as well.
And you talk about the quality, and the quality, I think it definitely, whilst it started high, it's got higher. I mean, there's players like Richard Coney at Wycombe. I think he's actually just been signed. He was subject to one of those jokes that are flying around at the minute. Someone said his father, Ice Cream, will be very proud of that. So, that's how I actually saw that. I think he's moving to QPR.
Well, there you go.
But he's much more than his father, Ice Cream. But he's played at the Homeless World Cup, and he is, I mean, a baller, I think is the way to describe him. And for Wycombe, scoring hundreds of goals and assists and all that. Just talk about that.
Yeah, we have a number of players of that ilk, of that standard, of that quality. And yeah, Richard's rise, he was at Cardiff playing with Ivory Coast. And again, you can watch back some of the games, and when a player just stands out, well, you can see that in professional football, that player that has just got that little bit more. But we're proud of Richard's journey, and I am actually stalking his transfer, because you're kind of thinking, where is he going to go? Because his progression in the English leagues is a testament and progression for the Homeless World Cup as well. So even when we were out in Seoul at the tournament, he scored against Aston Villa in the League Cup. And you just kind of think, wow, we're standing here with all these players, and what an inspiration. Yeah. But also along with Richard, I mean, Richard we're still talking with Richard. We've got a good dialogue with Richard. Richard still talks about the Homeless World Cup being that catalyst for his career, but also our players go home and get a job as a bus driver, or they start speaking to their family again, or they start helping people with addiction, and they're also heroes for us as well. So you get kind of, I mean, also as well, you're playing for your national country, so you get the national anthem before. Scotland could be taking on Brazil. You could score against Brazil. You've just got all those little hidden gems in the tournament. But yeah, Richard's taken off, and I think he won 3 accolades at the Football League kind of awards in May. Wycombe were in the playoffs. It was sad that they didn't go up, because they probably would have been able to keep him. But yeah, it's interesting. I mean, my club Spurs are looking for a striker, so sometimes I feel like just shooting them a quick email and saying, have you heard of Richard Coney? But I think he'll be playing in the Premier League soon, definitely.
Well, I wonder, having watched the movie, because I know that a lot of the players and a lot of the storylines from the movie are taken from real life stories. I wonder if Richard Coney maybe inspired Vinnie Walker.
Absolutely,
the plot of Vinnie Walker.
Absolutely. No, it's true, because Blueprint, who helped direct and produce it alongside Netflix, they spent years talking to Mel Young, who founded the tournament, lives and sleeps football, especially Homeless World Cup football. So they got to understand about us as a foundation and a charity, but they also spoke to the players as well. So football is a tough gig to break into, and if you're released from a club with no other options, then you could quite easily fall into unemployment. You could quite easily fall into addiction. And Vinny was sleeping in his car in the film as well. And homelessness takes all different forms. So you could be sofa surfing. You could be sleeping on your best friend's couch. You've got no address. You could be homeless due to war. You could be homeless due to natural disaster. So all of the storylines, there's a chap, the England goalie, he's got a gambling problem. So all of the stories you see in Netflix didn't kind of just happen. They are from our real players. So not only were they involved, but they inspired it. So yeah, I think Vinny was at West Ham in the film, got released and took the tournament by storm as well. So yeah, a lot of similarities in the film to the actual real life tournament.
And you mentioned there some of the reasons why players will be involved in the tournament, and before we start, we were talking about obviously how wide the amount of nations are there in this competition. Could you just tell us a bit about some of the countries that will be coming along, and how they're all involved?
Yeah, absolutely. So you can have one member country per country. So Street Soccer Scotland are our member country in Scotland. Soccer Slum India are our member country partner in India. So it works both ways. We are we're a big tournament, major tournament. It's a World Cup. So our member countries can use that in terms of trying to get sponsorship, trying to get funds to travel to Oslo. But we work in all corners of the globe. So recently we had an Africa Women's Cup in Kenya, Nairobi, and I was lucky enough to go out to that. And the conditions that a lot of the players are experiencing and living in, it's really difficult, really, really difficult. But to go to Nairobi and see 2 days of African women's football was life-changing for me, let alone those players who are experiencing that. So yeah, we would love the tournament to grow. We would love to have more women's teams. So this year in Oslo, we've got 40 men's teams and 24 women's teams. Our partners are working hard to grow as world governing bodies are, to grow the women's game. So as part of the Africa Women's Cup, my colleague Zoe was working with our 4 partners in Africa on gender-based violence and education to men as well as women about why gender-based violence isn't acceptable and causes homelessness, because women are having to leave their home for their own safety as well. So the football kind of talks for itself, but my job at the Homeless World Cup is to tell the tales of the players. So when we get to Oslo and we have all this explosion of colour and we have all these teams from all around the world, they all bond and they all get together, but it's our job to knit that and to talk to the players. And some of the players have got horrendously hard stories to tell. And if they don't want to tell them, they don't need to. They're our number one priority. They're our main reason for doing it. But when you get individuals from all around the world who have something in common, us 3 sitting here haven't experienced homelessness, and touch wood, we won't in the future, but with redundancies and income, it could happen. And when you meet someone that you can share that bond with, or a fellow addict who is sober for 3 or 4 years, when you meet with someone who's been homeless, automatically your shoulders drop, automatically you can talk and you can learn. So we have a forum in Oslo called Cities Ending Homelessness, which was introduced in 2023, another idea from Mel Young. And it's not about the problems, it's the solutions. So how are you solving homelessness in Finland? How is it working in Australia? And we get real life people to come and talk about it. So we're not only just going for the football, we're also going to try and talk about homelessness and engage as many people as possible in that short 8-day window in Oslo.
Well, that's one of the things that's brilliant about the Homeless World Cup, that okay, I think people might see the Homeless World Cup and think that's an event.
Yeah.
It's like the World Cup, FIFA World Cup, it happens once a year for a week. But actually the Homeless World Cup it's a charity, and throughout the year you're doing work across the globe. You've got your initiatives there you talk about, and with the Africa Women's Cup, and then the Cities Ending, or the initiative of Cities Ending Homelessness as well, which was started up as just another sort of step towards offering solutions alongside the fun and excitement that is football. So
yeah, and again, it's not my quote, but Mel often says it. He looks forward to the day where the Homeless World Cup doesn't exist, and that's quite a lot to get your head around when you're the co-founder and president of this amazing story. And maybe it can become just the street soccer World Cup if we can eradicate homelessness. But to be honest, that's a big challenge and a big task, and we do take it upon ourselves to. My perception on homelessness has changed. My perception of homelessness has changed completely from working at the Homeless World Cup. Homelessness, as I've already mentioned, is just isolating. You're on your own. No one chooses to be homeless. No one chooses to be homeless. No one chooses to be addicted to drugs. No one chooses to lose their job as well. So we are a platform for that, and we are a charity. I think we struggle to. For me, we're both, and we'll always be both, and they're both equal. But it's hard for us to differentiate between a major football event every year or a charity as well. So people might see we've been to Rio, Cape Town, Seoul, California with the tournament. They might think, crikey, these guys are in the same vein as the FIFA and organisers. And we're not. We're a small team. I worked at the Glasgow 2014 Commonwealth Games, and there was maybe 1,500 of us for that week of the games. We're 5, 6, 7. We grow with 75 tournament volunteers, but they have to go back to day jobs. So we want to continue to grow. We want to continue to talk about how you can sponsor the Homeless World Cup, how a big brand can be associated with the Homeless World Cup, but also fundraising. So we really want to kind of push that message. We're going to try, hopefully, at Oslo to have a virtual stadium where if you guys are watching here in Scotland and you like what you see, you can buy a ticket for the virtual stadium. £5 ticket, but what we want to do is use that money to help our member countries. Without our member countries, we don't exist. Without the Homeless World Cup, they don't exist. So any income that we can generate to keep us alive and kicking, we can use that. We have a link into 70 countries around the world to talk about homelessness and to help them. So getting the two together is we rely on public goodwill. For example, after Netflix, our donations, we had 300 times more donations than we had previously, because people are looking at it and going, I want to help, but we're going to have the real thing in Oslo. So hopefully people look at Oslo and go, okay, I get this. I can buy a ticket for £5 to support the Homeless World Cup.
Mm-hmm. So obviously it's going to be a really busy week, I'm sure. It's going to go quick, but from what you're saying as well, the competition is on for about a week.
Yeah.
But the work goes on the rest of the year as well.
Absolutely, yeah. We don't stop, and our member countries don't stop. So there's a really important job to do after the tournament, because you've had 8 days playing football, you've had cameras, you feel like a professional footballer, and that's what we want. We're getting a barber to come and do some hair, so there'll be fresh trims for the tournament. We're getting an Edinburgh charity to come along, turn the tables, that do DJ for homelessness as well. So there's going to be so much going on, and then suddenly it's over. And it's the same for us, staff and volunteers. You have that 8 days of organised chaos, but it's amazing, and we get the result, and we put on this amazing tournament, and then it's all over. So member countries work very hard at reintegrating their players back to society, make sure that they're still coming. And another unique rule, you can only play once in the Homeless World Cup. So obviously Richard Kone scored a hatful of goals in 2019. He couldn't come back and do that in Sacramento in 2023. Tournament was postponed because of COVID. So everyone has a chance to play. But what happens is we have a number of ex-players that are now referees. So we have a referee training course. So they get trained in the Homeless World Cup rules. A lot of players, you might have met a few at Street Soccer Scotland, they'll go back to be mentors or managers. And I think once you are involved in the Homeless World Cup, it's hard to get out of being involved with the Homeless World Cup. So yeah, it's an 8-day tournament, 8 hours of football for most of the days, opening ceremony, finals day. It's busy, but very, very enjoyable and rewarding.
And just finish up, we'll get you a few questions, but quickly.
Yeah.
So people do want to watch the tournament, keep up to it. Obviously Scotland's going to be out there as well, the England team as well. How can they follow it all?
So hopefully Scotland are looking for their hat-trick of Homeless World Cups. So Scotland won in Copenhagen in 2007 and Paris in 2011. So they've got the pedigree, they've tasted success. And England last year were brilliant. So yeah, you can watch. There's loads of ways to watch. I think the best way would be to follow us on social media, Instagram and Facebook and X. Our Homeless World Cup YouTube channel will have every game from every pitch. And then FIFA Plus are also going to be streaming it as well, which I think landing on a FIFA Plus website to watch games. So yeah, and all of our member countries, so Street Soccer Scotland, their Facebook page will also stream every one of their games as well. And sociable kickoff time. So in Seoul, we had the 8 hours difference this year. There's no excuse not to watch on the European time. So I'll be checking with you too. Like, what did you think of that last game? Getting your reviews. So no, loads of ways to watch, loads of ways to follow. And I think if you start following soon, my job is to educate you guys and listeners on what it is and how you can watch and how you can understand it and enjoy it as well.
And just quickly before we go on to the quiz, this isn't part of the quiz. But
no worries.
You're an Englishman living in Glasgow?
Yes, yeah, for nearly 20 years.
England and Scotland make the final.
Well, I've got a good excuse. I've got 2 Scottish daughters and a Scottish wife. So absolutely, and I'm half Welsh. So I've always grown up supporting all the home nations, which in a later age I realised not everyone does that, especially being here in Scotland. But no, I've got fond memories of Euro '96. You might not have been born then.
No, I was luckily not alive for that one.
And I was allowed out of school. I got taken to Scotland versus Holland when Ali McCoist scored that bullet of a goal. And I've never celebrated a goal like that in my whole entire life in terms of the Scottish fans. Yeah. So I think from that day, I will always cheer on Scotland, Wales, England, Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland. I won't tell you who I'm cheering in. No, I am very neutral when I'm at the tournament.
Well, we met the guys last week, and honestly, like, what a great bunch of lads.
Yeah.
Like, genuinely, we've got some content coming out. Their personalities shine through.
I think they would have known each other for years.
Yeah,
these guys, honestly,
they're fantastic.
Well, it's that common thread as well. And honestly, when you're out there, the friendships, everything. There's something always going on. There's someone doing keepy uppies. There's someone just having an ad hoc dance as well. So yeah, I can imagine the Scottish guys. They're always good fun. The Scottish guys, and they were in Seoul as well.
Oh, well, we can vouch for that.
Different backstories, and they get on younger guys. You know, they'll teach you some of the other guys that aren't originally from Scotland, the ones that fire Scotland. Singing at Hampden
and the patter and the different words and the different how you can keep up, and also as well, it's you see it on the pitch as well. Though you know, you mentioned different ages. Now, Japan last year, I think their oldest player was 66, 67, street paper vendor.
Well, that was the case in the movie as well.
exactly. And but there was no in the games. There was respect for them, and also what we do is. Some teams are superior, absolutely superior. Finals day, you match, you get your level on finals day. But if you're 7-8-0 up, the better team will take their foot off the gas because we don't want to embarrass people. And there's always a handshake and a beautiful thing where everyone joins hands and jumps to the crowd as well. So yeah, winning is important, but there's a lot more reasons why people are there.
It's fantastic. We're excited for it. It's going to be a fantastic event.
No, I'm good, and this is good. For you to come and ask me to do this is brilliant for us because this is exactly how people will know about the Homeless World Cup. So we're very grateful.
No, well, we're incredibly grateful to have you on, and hopefully our viewers will have learned a little bit more. Well, they definitely have learned a little bit more. So hopefully they take up on themselves.
I still don't understand all the rules. So it's not you don't need to be a professional, but you can kind of get the basics.
Exactly. Well, do you want to be quizmaster, Cal?
We can take one each. Yeah,
go for it.
We do have some questions for you. Then
I didn't know about this quiz.
You've actually answered quite a few.
There you go.
It probably won't be the most challenging, but we did think this is quite a good way. We quite like to do this long form. People get to. We thought this would be a good way for people watching the short form content to get some quick facts.
I like it.
Yeah. This format. Make you look like the.
I like it. I know. This is a test now. I've got no notes in front of me.
Right. Should I go up first then?
Go for it. Take it away.
So, what year or years did Scotland win the Homeless World Cup?
Well, as previously mentioned, but we should mention it again because it's majority a Scottish audience, isn't it? So Scotland have won a World Cup, I'm pleased to announce. Asterix with the Homeless World Cup. But yeah, 2007 in Copenhagen, 2011 in Paris. And I believe David Duke, who you might have met last year, was part of one of those winning squads. So again, he's been a player and now he's the main man at Street Soccer Scotland. So yeah, those are the years.
Yeah. And if our viewers want to see and just get a flavour of what it means to these players, watch the 2011 Paris final, watch the Scotland team singing the national anthem.
Yeah. Oh,
and that will tell you exactly what it means to these players. Because oh my God, I've not seen, like, it blows the rugby team, the men's national team out the water.
And as an honorary Scot, I think I'm allowed to call myself that for being here 20 years. I get goosebumps watching that back as well.
That's
so
phenomenal.
it should work.
It really is phenomenal. So question 2, what ex-Scotland player was recently announced as a head coach of the Scotland team?
Derek Ferguson.
Correct.
Yeah, I was struggling with the last name. I was going to say Derek McInnes, but he's still in management, isn't he? He's still in management. So Derek Ferguson,
I feel the Ferguson part of that name is the sort of the famous part. With his brother and his son.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm interested to meet him and spend some time with him and watch some of the Scotland games. See if his influence has changed anything from last year.
Well, our viewers will have watched our interview, so they'll actually know the answer to this already.
Ask me next. So, who are the most successful team in Homeless World Cup history?
So, the dominant force is Mexico. So, I think the Mexico women's team are going for 10 in a row in Oslo. I think it's 10 in a row. I'm 99.9% sure.
Steven Gerrard doesn't manage in any of the other.
I know that's a touchy subject, so I'm not going to get into that. So, yeah, Mexico women are really impressive. But a lot of the women teams, like, for example, Team Uganda, so they've won the African Women's Cup in a row, and I was lucky enough to do some scouting out there, and they look good as well. So Mexico in the women's game and Mexico in the men's game. I've done 2 World Cups. In Sacramento, it was Mexico-Chile, and Chile upset the odds and beat Mexico. Chile weren't in Seoul, and I think they're coming, I should know this as well, I think they're coming to Oslo as well, and England were a real surprise package last year as well. So Mexico are our kind of Real Madrids and the like.
How many times has Mexico men's team have won it?
5. I think. Yeah.
Bonus point.
And my eyesight's that bad. I don't know if you've got I don't know if the answers are there.
They are, but we've made it small.
No, I can see that.
So 4th question, when did Scotland host the competition?
So this is a good question because I forgot to mention this, it's our 20th edition in Oslo. So I've been doing the social media for the Homeless World Cup, looking back at our previous 19 tournaments. So I know that in Edinburgh in 2005, the Homeless World Cup was held in Princess Street Gardens, won by Italy, I think. And then 2016, that's not a question, is it?
No, it's perfect. We just realised that our facts were wrong. So we're just changing the answer.
Well, it could be me. No, 2005. 2005 is definitely Edinburgh, and 2016 was definitely George Square, Glasgow, which was a really, really good tournament. So yeah, Scotland have hosted it twice and done I have to say this, an excellent job.
Hopefully a third one coming up sometime.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Who won the first ever Homeless World Cup, 2003?
The first ever Homeless World Cup was won by the home nation, the host, Austria. So the Homeless World Cup was created by Mel and a gentleman called Harold Schmidt, who's an Austrian, having a conversation in a bar, kind of said, well, let's take on Scotland versus Austria and give home. They were at a newspaper conference, give individuals the chance to be involved, because homeless people weren't involved in the conference. So it was only going to be Austria versus Scotland. As these things happen, it grew. I think it was 18 teams. So Austria, quite fittingly, and I think Harold then had bragging rights over Mel, quite fittingly won the first Homeless World Cup.
I was listening to Mel Young actually speaking on this, and it's interesting that it was just a sort of, shall we say, alcohol-infused conversation, I think.
I think knowing Mel, there was probably, the best conversations usually happen in a pub, and you get the beer mat and you might write a few things down. So yeah, they probably had a few beers, which led to the kind of rivalry of Austria versus Scotland. So yeah, we were founded by those two.
I think you mentioned, so they'd had the conversation in the pub over a couple of beers the night before, and then they met for breakfast the next morning, and they were like, okay, that was a great idea. And maybe, it was fueled by a drink or two, but are we actually going to do this? And it was then in the breakfast that they were like, no, let's actually do it. So
once the coffee had kicked in, and I think a lot of conversations often stay in the pub, don't they? And I think they're better to stay in the pub, but thankfully this one, it grew arms and legs over a coffee at breakfast the next morning.
Exactly.
All right, it's me. Next.
Fire away.
So Mexico beat England in last year's final. What was the score in that game?
6-5. 6-5, the only game I watched, so I can't not get that one yet. Last minute winner for Mexico, which was cruel. We have a penalty shootout, so I think if England had gone to penalties, true to form, they might have lost on penalties just to keep that narrative.
They get the women doing the penalties.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you're very true. Very true. But no, Mexico beat England 6-5 out in Seoul.
Is it sort of MLS style?
It is MLS, halfway line up to the
That's the way
goal.
It should be.
I love that as well. And actually, there's no draws in a Homeless World Cup. So if England, Brazil's 3-3 in one of the group stages, penalty shootout to find the winner, and then the points are allocated to the penalty winner. So yeah, MLS style. Love that. Old school.
Yeah. So this is, by our reckoning, the second time that the tournament's been hosted in Oslo. Can you tell us the year that it was hosted there before?
Can indeed. I think I'm on a full house at the moment, so I've probably jinxed myself. It was held in 2017.
Yes, thank goodness. That's what we've got.
same venue, which I'm not going to try and pronounce because my Norwegian is dreadful. So it's City Hall Square, Radaplusen. And it's gorgeous. You've got the harbour, the fjord behind. And what we want to do is hold it in a city centre. So if you're walking past on your lunch break from work, hang on a minute, what's that? And then you enter the venue, homeless people playing football. Oh my goodness, Norway are playing. We'll sit and watch it. So yeah, 2017, and we're right next to the Nobel Peace Centre as well. So we're going to do a few things with the forum there as well. So yeah, what's that? Eight years ago they were hosted.
Fantastic.
How many nations are participating at this year's tournament?
We have got 6. Oh no, sorry, I was going to go for the high number. 48 nations. That often trips me up. The nations and the teams. We've got 48 coming to Oslo from all around the globe. So again, I think some of my friends are thinking we're going to pick a team to support. We're going to pick a couple of teams to watch. So all of our teams are on the website, and we've got 48 nations coming. I'm looking forward to our African teams coming because we missed them out in Sacramento. They bring a lot of colour, and we've got 6 new teams coming this year. So new partners with new teams, which is great. That's the next question.
This is fantastic.
Don't ask me to name them. That's the next one.
Well, it was to name any one of the. That genuinely is the next question.
Was it one? I thought we were going to get 3.
3.
Well, we'll go 3. Yeah.
Okay.
Or name as many as you can.
I could definitely do 3. So we could. So again, some of these member countries have been to a Homeless World Cup, if that makes sense, but they're a new partner, therefore a new team. So Burkina Faso is definitely one.
Nice.
Canada is definitely one. We're looking forward to seeing Canada. They've had a lot of positive press out there. Vietnam is one.
Yeah.
And Spain is the fourth.
Yeah.
And I'm going to stop there before I embarrass myself.
Two African nations.
Two African nations. Is Zambia one?
Yep.
Zambia's one. 5. No, I'm stumped. 5 out of 6.
That's not bad. That's a good effort.
Good.
Tanzania. I was working on this.
By our reckoning, anyway.
I was working on this only yesterday, gents. So I should have known that. But yeah, six new teams. 6 new teams.
Yeah. Shall we wrap it up with final question?
Yeah, you might have some spoilers in this one though, Fraser, if you want to ask it.
That's true, actually.
You can ask it anyway.
No, maybe I shouldn't. No, that's a very good point. No, we shouldn't, because that would spoil it. No,
I can always come back on and do it again.
Well, I'll do the previous question I had then, because this is going to spoil the movie.
Okay.
Question is, what is the name of the movie that stars
the movie?
I can't get this one.
The Beautiful Game. The Beautiful Game on Netflix. It's still there. I do watch it. It's a family, well, maybe 12 plus kind of film, but a lot of my friends and family watched it, and now they understand what I actually do and what we do at the Homeless World Cup. So yeah, Beautiful Game on Netflix.
Yeah. Well, we can fix this last answer for the short form content. If you just want to say check it out, so there's no spoilers.
Yeah.
What position did England finish in the Homeless World Cup in the Beautiful Game?
Oh, I'm going to pause so you can do your editing. Were they in the final? No, they weren't in the final. I was going to say who won them, but I won't ruin it. I think third. I'm going to go with third.
Correct.
Yeah, I've not watched it for a while. But
That's correct.
Third. Brilliant. Yeah. I won't say who won it.
That we make that. Apart from Tanzania, you get
I
absolutely.
know. I'm gonna drive home and be kicking myself about Tanzania.
But you didn't need to. That wasn't the question. The question was to name anyone. So
true.
You've got a full house. 11 out of 11.
And Tanzania were in Africa as well for the Women's Cup. They were brilliant. And again, we're talking about kits. I can't wait to see some of the kits that are going to be out in Oslo, because the African kits in Nairobi were
good.
Yeah, you'd want to buy them. Those ones you'd want to go and buy. So
the African kits are always
they are good. Colourful.
Yeah,
colourful,
as it should be. So, listen, Matt, thank you very much.
No, thank you for having
probably rounds off our.
I think so. Yeah.
World Cup special. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you here, and to hear your passion for it as well, and hopefully our viewers can join in the excitement.
I feel very lucky to work in the job that I do, because it's football, but football with a reason. Thank you for having us. Thank you for supporting Team Scotland, and share this far and wide. And let's see what Oslo brings on the 23rd of August.
Perfect. Well, we're buzzing for it. So thank you again.
You're welcome.
Thanks
Cheers, gents. Cheers.